Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. First of all, people struggle with the concept of a person, a man or a woman, having this kind of masculine, feminine energy at the same time. And then when you add to that the fact that Capricorn is now confident and speaking up and willing to stand up for themselves, it really disturbs people. Think about Muhammad Ali. He was a Capricorn. He was beautiful. He would brag about that. He was good at what he did. He would brag about that. And he got under some people's skin because people don't like Capricorn to feel good about Capricorn. Generally, that's what it is, because Capricorn's energy confuses people and people don't want to own it. They want Capricorn to own it for them. They don't want to deal with the triggers Capricorn is opening up. They want Capricorn to feel bad about the fact that they're now triggered. Fixed signs struggle the most with change, and unfortunately for them, the only way to manifest is to let go. Things have to die to be reborn. We are all in a recycling system. That's why the zodiac sign, that's why it's a circle. Notice it's not a line. It's because it's 360 degrees, so it never stops. It's eternity. We are all together in eternity. Now, how we want to use that time is up to us, but it doesn't change that reality that we are all in this together. And unfortunately, we're not all maturing at the same rate. Some things that are common sense to some of us is not so common for others of us. Now, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them. It's just, Capricorn needs to have an awareness of the fact that not everybody works as hard as them. I don't think they understand it. Even though they work the hardest, I don't know that they actually believe they work the hardest. Capricorn is definitely very masculine in her energy. And it's not that she's particularly not womanly, it's that she is dominant. Capricorn women are dominant women. No matter their size, it's an energy that they carry, and there's a persistence to their dominance. It's not like a futile attempt to show their strength off. It's really a competition that they have with themselves when it comes to proving to themselves that they are able to function independently of others. So I have these things that I bought some years ago from a marketplace. So this one says forgiveness. This is obviously something that Capricorn really struggles with. And that's why this stood out to me. If there's nobody in the world that can hold a grudge like Taurus and Capricorn, but Capricorn more so because they're so sensitive and they also overinvest. And I don't mean that they overinvest with everyone. It's that they love very few people. So when they do love you, they really, 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 really love you. Like still love you. Like the metal is impeccable. It's deep. It's deep. It's not lightweight. Because typically if they're going to invest, they've done their research. And the researchers say that it's a good decision. So when it ends up not being a good decision, they really take it hard because they spend a lot of time calculating their moves before they make them, even when they don't look like it. Because by nature, they're strategic. It's a masculine energy that happens to have a lot of feminine pull, both from Cancer, the sister sign, and who they really are. So you have this masculine presentation, which gives you this air of dominance, but underneath it all, there's a lot of sensitivity and emotionality, except you can't lead with that because your presentation is masculine. That's really the only presentation you can have because you're too old to act immature and younger than who you really are. That's really what makes Capricorn difficult because people are not used to energies that are both feminine and masculine. They're not used to that in anyone. It's not just about women and men, it's humans. When a human person has energy in them that is masculine and feminine, it's going to create a reaction in people because people are not used to that. People are just simply not used to it. They're used to energies that match presentation. So Capricorn makes people struggle. Libra makes people struggle, which is, so interesting that in astrology, Libra is actually exalted as Saturn, which is the ruling planet of Capricorn. So there's a connection here where both of these zodiac signs bring divine justice. And part of what triggers them for people is this ambiguity about their energy. They're both as sweet and feminine and soft as they are hard, as they are masculine. And people are not used to that. They're not used to strong women that are very feminine or soft men that are very masculine. They can't handle it. The concept makes their head want to explode. And I say that figuratively, not literally, but most people really struggle when they receive any type of information that challenges their thinking. Anytime they're exposed to something that requires them to do more work to redefine who they are and what they thought and what they wanted and where they were and with a desire, they don't want to put in that work when they could just keep doing what they're doing. And the other thing is, putting in that work will require taking a chance. So you're not just putting in the work, but you're also like creating this hope that now is destroyed once you find out that what you were putting work in was not worth your energy. It's brutal for Capricorn because it's not like they're giving their energy to any and everybody. So when you get selected is because you're more important than the 8 billion people on earth. And that's a huge honor in their book. Them and Aquarius feel the same way about love. You know, their whole approach to love is, what is it about you that I should sacrifice? For Aquarius, it's a numbers game. What is it about you that I should sacrifice, 8 billion people to just focus on you? And Capricorn has a bit of that in them too. So usually when they give you energy, it's because they've determined that you deserve it. They're very discriminatory. They're not open to anyone or everyone, regardless of what people might project onto them. It doesn't mean that they're mean. They're just not, they're unbothered. They could take it or leave it. It doesn't matter. They're going to be okay regardless. So you could do what you want to do. And that's why it's so interesting when people deliberately go out of their way to try to be mean to them, even though they don't bother anybody. They're always surprised when the karma that they created comes calling. I never understand why they're surprised. What else did you think was going to happen based on the energy you were exuding, based on the behavior that followed that energy? What did you think was going to happen if what you were putting out there in the universe was something negative? Where do you think that goes? Baby, let's talk about it. We started out by talking about how it's a circle, 360 degrees. Because of that, it's a circle, it's eternity, it's never ending. So that negativity that you spew when you put that in the eternity symbol, right? Where does it go, dear? You're in a loop. That's what eternity looks like. We can't run away from ourselves. If we want better for ourselves, we have to create it. And we create that through pain. That's how we grow. That's what forces the catalyst. So a lot of times Capricorn doesn't want to let go of the things that they're comfortable with. And a lot of times they overinvest in people once they love them because they think people are as loyal as they are, but most of the time they're not. So in order for Capricorn to be happy, one of the main things they have to let go of is forgiveness. Forgiveness of the fact that they're over invested in that love and it didn't produce what they thought it would. And again, when it comes to love, that's when they're entirely in their moon energy, in their, because Capricorn is a water goat, so half of them is water and the other half is on the mountain. So they're very, very hard and very, very soft, and that's hard for people to comprehend. Capricorn makes it look so easy, so they're bothered. Someone said haters. Yes, that's pretty much it. It's not even that you're going out of your way to like be in competition with people, but they always come towards you with competition. Always. Like, I'm literally the girl that wants all the girls to get along and to win and to be peaceful and to reconcile and to, volunteer and, compost and recycle and eat green, and all of that kind of stuff. Like, can we come together and create a better tomorrow? That's my energy. But I still get people who come into my energy wanting to disturb it just because. For no other reason than the fact that it makes them feel powerful. That for a moment in their life, they feel like they have control over something special. And they can't let go of that feeling. Meanwhile, I'm over here just minding my business. She said, girl, preach. Capricorn hustle makes lazy people jealous. Yes, that's a big part of it. Love caps, but I'm Saturn ruled myself. Yes, that's Capricorn's energy. Show you're right, is what this person said. So yeah, I mean, Capricorn is gonna get a lot of hate no matter where they go. They should just accept that. I mean, most of them don't care, honestly, because they've already gone through it. They've gone through things most people can never survive. The difference is we make it look good. We don't wear all of our pain on our sleeves. We take a shower. We give the rest of it to God. We moisturize our skin. We mind our business. We try to drink our water. We think about our affairs. whatever extra time we have, we're focused. We know what we want. We're not confused. And we're not competing with anyone. That's the thing about it. People think our competition is about them. It's not about you. It was never about you. It was about us proving to ourselves that we could do it by ourselves. That's it. It had nothing to do with you, but you found a way to infiltrate yourself in this story that had nothing to do with you. And you're bothered that the reaction you used to get from people when you did that is not the one you're getting from Capricorn. Well, we're too mature. We can't be disingenuous because we don't care. We're old. Someone says, Cap I know is about their business. People hate me because I am successful in spite of it. Let me see. I had people hating on me, didn't know this till they were out of my life. We're old. Yes, we are old. We don't care. We don't care about none of that stuff that you're concerned about. The thing that has you tripping about me, the thing that makes you destabilize about me, the thing that makes you feel like your life is not as popping as it could, that's not my business. It's not my responsibility to tame all of that for you. And I know that bothers you that I don't care. But I don't know what you want, what you want from me. If it's not in my nature, I can't get into it. It's either got to be there or it's not there. I'm not forcing anything. I don't chase after anything. I don't care. I don't know how else to say it. Someone said my 10-year-old is exactly this. Focus driven, old soul, and gets hate for his hustle. That's pretty much it. That's why many people hate Capricorn. If they're being honest, that's what it's about. Because what did Capricorn ever do to anybody? Because when Capricorn is not in the light and they're turned, their energy is turned, they're doing some serious crime. They're not just out there just dillying, dallying. They're committed. The thing about Capricorn is whatever they're into, they are 100% committed. They don't care about perfection as much as they care about execution. Just get it done. Get it done. That's it. Get it done. Check it off. Move on. Prove to yourself that you can do it. Be what they told you you can be and be better than that. Be better than the best thing they ever imagined for you. And then after a while, it becomes your own dream. And then you get excited about doing better every day than you did the day before. There's something about that hustle, that pain, that grind that excites you about life at the same time. So when you give that kind of attention or passion to somebody and they abuse it or they don't take it seriously or, it's not returned, it leaves a bruise because ultimately Capricorn is Cancer's sister. So there's some sensitivity here. So let's talk about forgiveness. It says, it would be much more constructive if people try to understand their supposed enemies. Learning to forgive is much more useful than merely picking up a stone and throwing it at the object of one's anger. The more so when the provocation is extreme. For it is under the greatest adversity that there exists the greatest potential for doing good, both for oneself and for others, is by the Dalai Lama. The 14th. What do you guys think about that quote? Someone said, my Capricorn moon so feels that. I wish my Mars was in Capricorn. Yeah, Mars is exalted in Capricorn. That's the ideal placement. People don't understand that Capricorns are born to be successful. They don't. And I think in part it's because Capricorn doesn't brag enough. They're too humble. So people think because they're too humble, they're stupid. They don't know what's going on. Because they look like they don't know what's going on. Because they don't care. You get it? They don't care. So they look like they're not tapped in. But they are tapped in. They just don't care enough to give attention to it. But people assume they didn't catch it. When that's not what happened. They just didn't care. Someone said, I can forgive everyone except myself. Someone else said they're Capricorn Mars. For some people, forgiving themselves is very difficult. And that used to be an issue for me, but it's not anymore. I think what really helped me was having self-compassion. And I don't know any of you, if you struggle with self-compassion, I'm not assuming that you do. I'm just telling you what I went through, okay? And by the way, this is Dr. Till's Body Lotion Moisture. It's eucalyptus and spearmint with essential oils with cocoa butter, shea butter, and vitamin E. It smells so amazing. Like, it smells like a birthday cake that you get to sniff. You know? I don't even want to eat the cake. Like, it smells magical. Just what I needed. You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo for all of your astrology content. Thanks so much for watching.